Hello and welcome to another thrilling I didn't call you onions, did I? I forgot my special introduction. Let's go again. Hello onions and welcome to another thrilling episode of Turd or Treasure. I have got more goodies from Amazon Vine and it's another cordless drill, this time branded DCA. So if you watched my previous video where I got a complete no-name one, I think some of these Chinese brands, they just throw a scrabble box down the stairs and whatever falls out is the brand name. This one, immediately first impressions are that it's a bit more branded, shall we say. We've got a cardboard sleeve around the case. The case is quite nicely made and it's actually got some branding on the case as well. The last one I got was just in a generic brown cardboard box. Now, all I've done with this so far is open the box, took the charger and battery out and charged the battery. So I've not even had the drill out of the box yet or seen what else comes with it. So this is a thrilling journey of exploration for me, just as it must be for you at home. Okay, so let's see what we get. Oh dear, well, first impressions aren't great because it's another one of those completely rubbish telescopic rod, and that's his favourite pop group things. So they're supposed to extend the drill, but all they do is tie themselves in a knot when you try and use them, so to that. A fattish wallet of instructions, which only a fool would need instructions for a drill. And then we've got another, as we got last time with that other cheapo drill, we've got a couple of these wee plastic holder things full of bits. This looks like exactly the same as we got last time. A few hexes, a few Phillips, a couple of posi drives, a couple of flatheads and a wee extendatron adapter thing. A box packet thing of drill bits, which is a bit more professional looking. And let's see what we got. We've got 2 wood bits, 3 HSS metal ones, oh no, 3 wood bits, there's another wee wood bit, and 3 masonry bits. So the drill I got last time wasn't a hammer drill. This one I presume is a hammer drill because it's got masonry bits with it. So 9 drill bits there of, I'd say, small, medium and big size on each one. I don't know if they follow consistent sizing. I don't think they do, but you get a, like I say, a range for each one, small, medium and large. Charger, it's got a wee bit of heft to it, unlike the one that felt like it was filled with helium on the last drill I reviewed. It's God, I can't read that. 2 watts, 1.5 amps. It is quite a slow charger. I took this is the battery, 2 amp hour. I put it on the charge yesterday because I thought it would be funny if I went to do a review and the battery had no sparks in it. It was on 2 dots when it came, and it did take an hour or 2 to charge up, so I don't think it's fast charging particularly. Battery feels alright too, bit of heft to it, but I have heard that some cheapo Chinese batteries will do things like put weights in them to make them feel heavier. So I don't know if you'd bother with a 2 amp hour battery though. It's about as low amperage as you can get. And we've got under here, we've got one of those wee clip things for putting it on your belt. And now the drill itself, and that actually does feel quite nice. There's a good weight to that. Definitely, that does feel quite nice and solid. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 18 torque levels, drill mode or hammer mode. So there's not a specific screwdriver mode. But yeah, let's throw a battery on it and see what it does. The battery, I had a look at all my various other power tool batteries, and it seems very proprietary. Doesn't match the pins on anything else I had, so unlike some of the other cheapo tools I've got off Amazon, they'll like take a Makita battery or whatever. This seems to be its own thing, unless if I hold it under the other camera. Anybody recognises that pin pattern from something they've got at home. As with a lot of these cheaper tools, there isn't a separate charger that you put the battery in as such. You just plug into you plug the charger lead directly into the battery. Again, that's a proprietary thing. It's a barrel plug, that's what it's called, very generic barrel plug, so there wouldn't be a problem finding a replacement charger if and when that died. So let's test the throttle control. It's alright. And as with the previous model, it's got the 2 speed modes on top, first and second gear. Is it supposed to be a brushless motor? Doesn't say anywhere on it that it is. So I'm assuming it isn't, because you think if it was a brushless motor they would boast that fact by putting it on. So yeah, initial impressions of this are that it's nice wee thing. It's quite compact as well. It's smaller than my Cordless drill that I was comparing the other one to, but it does feel very dense. It's a nice solid wee thing. So that's the initial unboxing. I hate unboxing videos, but when it's something that's kind of a bit unusual or an unusual brand like this, it's kind of useful to see what you get in the box maybe. So let's do a few tests now. Last time when I got that other no brand drill, I put it up against my Cordless drill and we did kind of time checks of time for drilling and stuff on my no cry screwdriver. I can't really be arsed doing all that again because it takes ages to put all the code on the video when you're editing it to do the timing counters and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to test it on its own in isolation. So I've got a range of, just off camera here, screws of different sizes, and we'll see how it copes with a few different size wood screws, and then I'll get a scrap of metal and we'll see how it copes drilling into metal, and then I'll find something vaguely stone like and we'll test the hammer action as well. So I'm just testing, like I said, I'll just test it in isolation, but we'll give it a good run out. Okay, so I've got a nice selection pack of screws of various lengths here. I've got 6 of each size, 40mm, 50mm, and what are these last ones? 70mm. And they're all Torx screws, Torx 20s, so I will use one of its own bits as well. So for driving screws, we'll go first gear, because we want to prioritise torque over speed. And we'll see how we get on here. Go to 18 on the torque as well. And we make sure we're in drill mode. So we've got 6 of each size, and I'll put them all in, or as far as we get, and then take them all out again. We'll just get a feel for how it goes. was hiding in the corner here. I have a packet of 10mm screws, which I didn't know were in here. So, as a special bonus round, let's see if it'll drive a few of these in as well. Maybe I'll just do 3 of these. Okay, let's see how we get on with these. Why not go for the 4/6? Keep things neat and tidy. I picked 3 out because I actually thought it wasn't going to cope with these, but it's doing alright so far. And again, no problem with those. I'm pretty impressed with this so far. Let me have a feel. Fnar. Yep, it's still quite cool, so it's not struggling. Right, so it's put them all in. Let's see if we can take them all out and recycle them back in their appropriate boxes. Screws don't go on trees, you know. Todd would say, very impressive. Still not warm. It's warm round the handle, but that's because of my greasy paws being on it. Let's see how we're doing for sparks after 12 screws of varying sizes in and out. So still on 4 dots for what it's worth. So let's try drilling now. We'll do a few holes in this piece of wood with the various drill bit sizes. I can get it open. Should have me porridge this morning. Right. Now I shall be able to tell you what size these wood bits are. They are 8mm, 10mm and 6mm, so 6, 8, 10. So let's see how they do. So we'll do a similar thing, we'll do 6 holes with each drill bit, and we'll stay on, we'll go on 2nd gear this time and see how we get on. And forward gear. What I don't like about these self-tightening chucks, they do tend to be a bit unreliable at times. That's stuck. So that may be a negative mark so far. I'll just try loosening and tightening this again. But yeah, these chucks are sometimes a bit shite. Right, that's 2 so far. It is struggling a bit more with this, what was it, 8mm. But it's not struggling torque wise because it's still got enough torque to spin the chuck when the drill bit gets stuck, but it's just the chuck maybe not the best. But I think that's generically true of all these kind of self-tightening ones. Okay, so we did struggle a bit more there. You could feel it was struggling a bit more to get through the wood, although to be fair to it, it didn't bog down. The chuck kept spinning even though the drill bit got stuck. And I think this is actually getting a bit gnarlier this end of the wood because we've got a big knot here, so obviously it'll be getting tighter as we get up to that end. So this is the 10mm bit, and this is going to be going right into the gnarly stuff, so this might be interesting. Give that a good tighten. I was going to say I might drop down to first gear for more torque, but so far that hasn't been the problem. It's been the chuck slipping that's been the problem. So we'll see how we get on. If it starts bogging down, I'll change down into first gear. Okay, well, yet again, passed the test with, I would say, flying colours. A couple of bits where it struggled, but as I've said, it was the chuck that was slipping. It wasn't the drill bogging down through lack of torque. Right, let me get rid of this sawdust here, and then we'll try it on some metal, if I can find a bit of scrap metal that I don't mind drilling a hole in. Right, find a different bit of metal. I've no idea what this is of. It was just in my pieces of rubbish pile. It's about 2mm thick, and it looks like it's mild steel. So let's try that experiment again. On with the squints, on with the gloves, and we'll see. A bit of oil on it. Oh. I can't even see where my non-existent punch mark is now. We're through. Whew, that was a bit tough. But then drilling steel with a hand drill always is a bit tough. You really need a drill press to do it properly. But we got through that. I'm not going to go straight in and try and drill all the way through if the next size is up, because you wouldn't do that anyway. So we'll just test it on widening the existing hole. So we're going from 6 up to 8 now. Put a wee drop of oil on there, which hopefully will be less of an ordeal because the hole's already there, so the cutting edges can get straight to work. Safety specs on, and away we go. That was more like it. Nice 10mm. Off so I can see you. Yeah, no problem there. It did catch a bit on that last 10mm one, but it got through it okay. It was probably not unexpected for what we're doing here. So yeah, so far so good on the screwing and drilling into wood and metal. I'm not going to do loads of holes in metal because it just takes a lot longer. But let's see how we're doing on battery juice after that. Now we're down to 3, so it's not too bad really so far. Now, next test will be the hammer drill, for which I will need to find something vaguely stone-like that we can try and drill into. I have an idea though, so don't go away. I found this unusual object in my things that might come in handy pile. It's one of those anti-vibration blocks that you get inside washing machines. I think it's basically a big lump of concrete, so that'll be a good test for this. The only other things I had lying about was house bricks and they're notoriously hard to drill into with any kind of a hammer drill. You need an SDS drill for them, so this will hopefully be challenging for it but not impossible. So let's see how we get on. So again, I'm assuming these are the same sizes. 6, come back you. Yeah, 6, 8 and 10 again. So you get 9 bits with it, each one in a 6, an 8 and a 10. And this time we go into hammer mode, and we want first or second gear for hammer mode. I would imagine second gear because it will make the tiny impacts, such as they are, more frequent. So let's have a go at this. Safety specs on again because there might be flying cement. Let's have a go. Warm, not too hot, so I don't think it's struggled too much. So next up we have 8mm. Can't kill it so far. Hot, but not on fire hot. Now the big 10. Let's see how this gets on. I thought it was going to stall out at the end there, but it made it through. See how hot we are. Hot again, but not on fire hot. Well, what can I say? Couldn't kill it. That is a decent wee bit of kit, I think. With a lot of the stuff I get on Vine, after 6 months under their terms and conditions, you're allowed to get rid of it, and a lot of it's going to end up on the car boot sale, but I might keep this one for myself. I like that. That's been pretty damn impressive so far. Obviously, as I keep saying, like a stuck record, whenever reviewing these kind of Chinese cordless tools, a lot of it comes down to how long the batteries last, especially as in with one like this where it seems to be proprietary. It's not, it may not be, it may be like, I don't know, compatible with DeWalt or Milwaukee or Bosch or whatever, but it's not compatible with anything I own, so that would be one thing I would be concerned about with this, is what happens when and if the battery dies. But for now, that is a most definite thumbs up for this wee thing. Great wee gadget. So, I hope that was helpful for you, and cheers for watching.